Good morning, everyone. So I'm here to talk about how we are unleashing the power of location marketing. You might not know what that is now, but you hopefully will in 10 minutes. My name is Florian Huebner. I'm founder and co-CEO of Uberall. My background is in computer science. I'm actually a hardcore nerd, but I also have a brief career, 3.5 years with McKinsey as a strategy consultant. And I started Uberall in 2013 together with my oldest friend, David, who's running around here, and everyone who's an investor probably knows him better than me. I tweet at Flo Huebner if you want to follow me. I could use some followers, and I'm happy to become LinkedIn friends with every single one of you. So let me tell you a little bit about Uberall at a glance. So we are a software as a service company. 100% of our revenues are software as a service based. And as I'm on the enterprise stage here, it's quite fitting that we have a bifold go-to-market strategy. So on the one hand, 50% of our revenues roughly is from going direct towards enterprise clients. We have a bit more than 1,500 of those. And the other half of our revenues comes from resellers who take our product, integrate it into their portfolio, and go directly to the very, very small businesses, plus medium businesses that we all interact with. Our headquarters is here in Berlin, but we have 5 more offices, one in San Francisco in the US, one in London, one in Paris, one in Amsterdam, and actually one in South Africa. To date, we raised $64 million in venture capital, and actually at the moment are at a revenue run rate of $25 million. So why does Uberall exist? And what is this location marketing that this guy was talking about? It's super fair to say that in 2019, the customer journey towards purchasing anything locally or any product or service really starts on a mobile device. And if you are not completely certain what I mean with that, if you are looking for a restaurant that you can go to during the lunch break, or if you urgently need a dentist, or if you want to buy a pair of running shoes to go running in Tiergarten tomorrow morning, what you usually do is you take the smartphone out of your pocket and you start a search. And you do search on Google, you search on Bing, you search on Facebook, on Foursquare, on TripAdvisor, on Yelp. There's a huge ecosystem of local search directories, apps, platforms, mapping services that help you find what you want. But actually, the supply side of that is not so easy for everyone who wants to get found. And actually, there's a new business cycle, a new cycle that big brands, as well as small and medium businesses actually, are competing in for your attention. 88% of us do search online before we go spend money locally. And 58% of us consider reviews, so what others are saying about a business, before we make a decision where to spend our money. And 50% of those 58% go spend money within 24 hours. So that's a huge conversion rate. And the cycle closes as 24% of consumers do leave reviews, upload pictures, ask questions online to local businesses, which are then informing the first step of the cycle again for the next person that's looking to spend money. And all this is fueled by a dramatic increase in search volume. So over the last few years, local search has grown by a factor of more than 100x, and that's dramatically outpacing how search volume overall is growing. And quite interestingly, you all will have noticed that the ecosystem, so for example, what Google Maps has integrated as part of their products, has changed rapidly over the last few years because everybody is becoming aware that that's a huge market for growth. So the challenge is now for local businesses to figure out how to not lose out on capturing revenue that is a result of such NIMI searches. Let me tell you what it is that we are actually doing to help our clients, the big brands and the resellers, customers, to win in near-me search. So what Uberall does is we give control over the local search ecosystem by basically becoming the single source of truth for all information that you want to find about local businesses. And we did so by basically partnering up, and that's technologically as well as contractually, with everyone in this ecosystem. So we are connected to more than 100 partners worldwide, and we are able to directly ingest data into their databases so that you can find it. And in return, we get analytical information that we give to our clients to enable them to strategically think about how to approach consumers better. And we have a number of products that are catalysts for various use cases. So for example, we help brands to really manage the experience that consumers have when looking for them directly. But we also help businesses in general to get discovered when you're not looking for a name, but for a product or a service, where this is really a big chance to win new customers. We help all of our clients to engage with consumers online directly. And again, so when somebody leaves a review, you as a brand or as a small business want to figure out what's in there. So there's information how you can make your business better. There's somebody who wants an answer, and there's the next person looking that will rely on whatever is happening in that space. And finally, through highly targeted local advertising campaigns, we enable transactions and to expand business by directly targeting new customers. So we have a large number of big brands that are working with us, and here's some logos that hopefully tell you that we're somewhat successful with that. But also, what I would like you to take away from this is that we work in a dramatic number of industries. So there's something like McDonald's, which is hospitality, but also something like Ergo, which is an insurance company. There's something like Shell, which is fuel retail, but also something like DHL, which is logistics. Our market is actually quite huge, and more and more people are seeing the value in this. One reason is that we've gotten really, really good at showing the ROI for what we do. So in a case study that we did with KFC, we could actually show that by optimizing how people can find them online, we were able to generate 16% additional revenue for the restaurants that are working with us. And all of that came at a 37x ROI on the money that they spent internally on running that campaign and that they spent on us combined. Well, I think it's practically one of these famous no-brainers that this does make sense. By now, we service roughly 1 million business locations worldwide, and that clearly shows that we are establishing location marketing as a new marketing tech category. Yeah? And while obviously I think that this makes us an already quite successful company, I think we're not there yet. So if you had told me that 3 years ago, I would probably have said, wow, 1 million businesses, we might be done then. But it also gives us the perspective of what we truly should achieve. And if you look at the global market, it's actually very, very hard to estimate, but a conservative one is that there's 200 million local businesses that could use our services, and only 2% of them are using any sort of technology-driven solution to manage this space. So that does mean that for us, there's a lot of stuff to do. We actually merely got started, and I'm super happy that some of you in the audience are supporting us already, and in the future it might actually be a couple more. Thank you very much.